Hey guys, welcome to Sex with S. My name is Luani M and I am the sex conversationalist. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and tuning into this video. If you're new, please hit the red button, subscribe to my damn channel, join us, and let's talk about sex, babies. Today's video is about, as you have seen on the thumbnail, size. Does size matter? I think as a general fact it matters, and if you think it doesn't, please comment down below and let me know why not, so I'm gonna be specific as to what I'm talking about. What size of what? I'm gonna start with the size of, or rather let me not say the size, the tightness of the vagina. Does that matter for you guys? Does it matter for anybody? And also the size, the length, the width of a penis. Does it matter? I think it matters for everyone. Tell me what you think in the comment section. So here's why I think it matters. Because let me talk about the vagina, the tightness. Firstly, I think for males there is pleasure in the full hug, or yes, the full hug of the penis, basically, when it's inside, I think there's pleasure in that. Correct me if I'm wrong. So if your vagina is not tight enough to hug that specific penis, then there's not as much pleasure as a vagina that is tight enough to hug it. You know what I mean? So that's why it definitely matters. Why the size of a penis matters, more or less like the vice versa of that. When a penis is inside you, you need it to feel you, to touch walls, all of them, if possible, because it can't be in there and you're not feeling anything, it's not doing anything. Then what are we doing? Take it out. You know what I mean? So that's why it matters, because when it's inside you, you need to feel it, you need it to touch your walls. Personally, that's just why it matters for me. I don't know why it matters for everybody else, but I would like to assume it's the same reasons. Yeah, size matters for those reasons. I don't know, maybe also just because in terms of a penis, I don't know, kuna aesthetic in terms of a big penis, intle, I don't know. I think, yeah, I agree. I think there's some sort of physical attractiveness, or it looks good when it's big. You can't exactly see the tightness of my vagina by me standing here naked, you know what I mean? You can't. So I don't think there's anything physical about that, you know what I mean? But we can also talk about the size of just what the vagina looks like from without opening the vagina, without going to the hole. When a woman is standing straight and you can see the, I don't know, a camel toe, that. I don't know if men have some sort of physical attraction to that. And yes, people like saying people have fat pussies. What the hell does that mean, guys? What the hell does that mean? Because personally, Andy, understand. Please comment down below and explain what a fat pussy is to me, if you know that is. Yeah. So let me just explain a little bit further in terms of sizes and preferences, and size mattering being a relative thing. I think generally and factually it matters. The size that I like, or the size that's big enough for me, or average for me, is not the same as a size that is big enough for the next woman or whatever. And just as much as I feel like the tightness of my vagina is not necessarily gonna hug every size penis, you know what I mean? So meaning some penises are just not gonna feel my walls, you know. They're not gonna get hugged when they're inside me, because maybe I'm not tight enough for that. So it just differs. So like, imagine if you have a small penis, if a guy's got a small penis and then they come to a vagina that's average tightness, they're not gonna get the pleasure that they could get from a vagina that's tighter than that one, you know. It's just the way it is. And like, this is just now dragging me straight into the whole shaming of one another in terms of size. Like, if we can't be doing that, because we are all literally different, all of us. So basically, if you're gonna shame someone for having a small penis, or a vagina that's not tight enough for you, if you're gonna shame them and base it on, I don't know, with women it's actually quite hectic, because then they base it on how many people you've had sex with. It has nothing to do with that, you know. It's demeaning, and it's just annoying, because like, it's clear that there's no logic put inside of it, you know. You're just like coming at me for the way that I am. It's not nice, it's disrespectful. It just needs to be like, it needs to end. It needs to just not be done anymore. And also, us women, we can't be like, I don't know, making people feel bad for having small penises. Like, what are they supposed to do? Also, have you just thought of like the fact that maybe the penis is not small, your vagina is just not tight enough? Have you thought of that? You know, is small irrelative, is tight irrelative from person to person, vagina to vagina, penis to penis. It's just relative. We can't just point blank and say, oh, small penis. What if you are not tight enough? Also, we can't just say, oh, I was swimming in there. What if your penis is small? Like, what if Gwena, who, guys, honestly, I'm just really calling this shit out. People need to stop doing that. It's stupid. It's stupid as hell. Yo, I eat dumb, and it's annoying. It just needs to stop. And also the boasting. Guys, if you think you have a huge penis, great. I don't know, what do you think? Like, so you hurt some girls, if we're being honest, you know what I mean? Because inkulu ibuhlungu, you know, it's like a whole baby coming out again when it's just a penis, you know. So if you're gonna boast about that, also you because it's not some sort of accomplishment. You need to just chill, you know. And with women, I don't know if you can know that you're tight, you know. Maybe they can tell you, but different sizes are gonna have different opinions, so you're not gonna really be sure that you're tight. I don't think I know. It doesn't actually. I don't even think I want to know, you know. I'm as tight as I should be, you know. Whatever. Ditinike, guys. Dios tunga. Man. Like, guys, stop doing these things. Like, it's so weird and annoying. Why are we feeling great about things that are not accomplishments? You didn't do anything to grow your vagina, your penis, I mean. You didn't do anything to tighten up your vagina. And this brings me to the things that women do to tighten up vaginas. I've never tried any of them. I don't know if any of them work. Maybe they do, but I have a question as to why. Like, why are you doing that? Do you think it's far stretched? Do you, I don't know, do you measure it? What's going on? Why are we doing that? Like, I'm not even like coming at you, I'm just trying to understand. do you know that it's stretched for sure? Like, did you measure from before this point to this point, bana ivulekile kakhulu ngoku, and then it's time for you to steam or whatever you're doing to get it to be tighter? I don't know. Comment down below and let me know, but how do you know that it's not tight anymore? How do you know that you should tighten it? And after you've done that, how do you know that it's tighter now? Do you measure it, or do you... Here's another way you can know. You have your man in you and he tells you it's not tight anymore, and you go do whatever you do to tighten it up, and then he tests it again. Like, is that what you do? What are you doing? Like, yeah, and confuser personally. So shed some light. I might have come across as aggressive, or as if I'm like opposed to it, which I am, and I'm entitled to. I'm opposed to it. Like, I won't do it. If you want to do it, sure, go ahead. I'm just trying to understand why. You know, that I'm gonna ask the question why, and how do you get to whatever your reasoning is? Do you measure? How do you measure? You know, and when you're done, how do you know it's tight? Do you measure? You know, I'm just very curious. I think something also that I need to point out, that I'm not sure if it's a fact, but it's just my logic. I think the tightness of a vagina differs, like, in terms of the time in the month, you know, or the time in your life. It can just never be one solid level of tightness, you know. It just is different from time to time. Like, first of all, now I'm on my period 1, nah? Great. I use tampons. I put them in. I don't know, do they not like leave some sort of space or gap in there for maybe 2 hours, maybe 2 days? Do they not do that? Like, and yeah, I think it does. So if I'm gonna put on a tampon for 5 days, tampons, the tightness of my vagina is not going to be the same as 5 days later after I've stopped putting tampons on. It's not going to be the same, because it just differs. It stretches out. It's just elastic. We know that, you know. So size matters, but relatively so. So we can't, like, to the T just say, hey, I've got a tight pussy. Is it still tight on your period? Is it still tight after you give birth? Is it as tight as it was yesterday, today? How do you know? Wazinjani, you know? So yeah, we just have to think about these things. Could be corona. Anyway, that's just what I think and what I wanted to chat about. So in conclusion, yes, definitely size does matter, and I think it matters for everybody. It's just that it mattering is relative from person to person. It's relative for each person, because at the end of the day, we do not all have the same sizes of anything. We're all different, and I think there's also some sort of greatness in experiencing different sizes, you know. It's a lesson there and there, you know. Personally, I've experienced like this. I've been to the big, I've been to the small, and I've been to like the averages in terms of penis sizes. And of course, they, like, I will just point out that definitely I've felt all of them touch walls, but not to the same extent. And I've gotten pleasure from all of them. Different kinds of pleasure. That's the thing. Different kinds. Sometimes you don't want to be stretched out. Sometimes just the swift touch inside your walls is some sort of pleasure. Size matters, sure. But when we say size matters, we are not saying it has to be big. We're not saying it has to be small. We're not saying it has to be average. We're saying every person prefers whatever size, So yeah, personally, average is safest for me. I do get some sort of pleasures from small penises. I think it does tingle, a big penis, however, I just feel like that thing is just fighting with me, and I'm not for the rough, I don't want to have to say no, not too deep. I don't want to have to say those things, so I'm not really into big dicks. Yeah, that's it from Moa, the sex conversationalist. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like it, comment down below everything I've asked and stuff. My guys, as you can see, I'm as confused as they come. Like, just if you have facts and information, just comment down below, swift it in there. I want to learn, and as much as I want, like, that's the thing about me, I'm not trying to teach anything. I'm just trying to chat so that I can engage and learn. If you enjoyed the video, please like it, please share it on your social media platforms, and grow my subscriptions, and also please follow me on my social media platforms. I will leave my handles in the description box. Yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. That is it from me, the sex conversationalist. Bye.